Dear students, once again we are continuing with last topic of your syllabus, and that is the telephone communication. In the previous period, we studied the block diagram of handset, and prior to that, we covered the meaning of telephone communication. We have introduced the same and the principle of telephone communication which is involved in that. By studying the block diagram of telephone handset, which we are using to transmit and receive the acoustic sound signal via telephone link connected between telephone handset and the telephone exchange. And we studied that particular telephone handset makes use of mic as a transmitter, speaker as a receiver, a ringer, dialer, cradle switch, hybrid circuit, or we can call it as a balance circuit. All these are combinedly going to establish an unit known as telephone handset. Each block has got their own individual functions. We already studied the function of mic, speaker, ringer, dialer, hybrid circuit, cradle switch. In the telephone communication, up to the completion of the telephone call between the two subscribers, we are going to study little bit more about the mic, which is going to act as a transmitter. Generally, the microphones used in telephone handset is of the type of carbon granule microphone. Friends, you are aware that different types of the microphones are available. Resistive microphone, capacitive microphone, inductive microphone, piezoelectric microphone. But in telephone communication, mostly carbon granule microphones are widely used. Such a carbon granule microphone is represented in this particular diagram. The carbon granule microphone consists of a chamber. So this block we can call it as it is the chamber. This chamber is filled by means of an carbon granules. So these lines which are represented, these are the carbon granules. It also consists of two electrodes. One is a fixed electrode which is represented here. Another one is a movable electrode. Fixed electrode doesn't change its position, whereas a movable electrode has an ability to change its position. This movable electrode is connected to the diaphragm of the mic. Look at here. This is the diaphragm, entire part. And friends, you have studied diaphragm in the paper of instrumentation. Diaphragm is a force summing device that converts applied force into mechanical displacement. You are already well aware with when you are studying the topic of transducer in instrumentation. There we have covered the concept of diaphragm, but even though that is there, in short we can say diaphragm is that particular kind of a device that converts applied force into mechanical displacement. Here, we are using this particular diaphragm which is connected to the movable carbon electrode to convert applied sound pressure into its corresponding mechanical displacement. The movable electrode and fixed electrode both are placed in the carbon granule chamber. Movable electrode is connected with the diaphragm by using the mica and silk washers. The fixed and movable electrodes have been provided with a supply, DC supply, say capital E, in series with the load resistance R. Across this R, we are going to get the electrical pulses or electrical voltage that is proportional to the applied sound pressure. And this applied generated electrical pulses or voltage pulse, it is sent to the telephone link to the telephone exchange. And this is the role of the mic to transmit or to convert the acoustic sound signal into its corresponding electrical signal, and then it is made to be given to the telephone link to up to the telephone exchange. Friends, how it works in short? When we start speaking into the microphone, friends, one thing to have to remember, this microphone is fitted into the cradle switch. The mic as well as speaker both are fitted with cradle switch at both the ends. The place where we are speaking, it is a mic, and by which we are listening, it is the speaker. So when we start speaking with the subscriber by using the mic in the cradle switch, naturally it will generate acoustic pressure because frequency of the sound is continuously changing. It exerts the pressure on the diaphragm as per exerted pressure proportional to the acoustic speech, acoustic sound. The diaphragm starts moving forward and backward. The forward and backward motion of the diaphragm shifts the movable carbon electrode also forward and backward. When carbon electrode will shift forward, carbon granules are compressed. Means within a small region, large number of carbon granules are collected. It will change its resistance. It will change its resistance. But when the movable electrode will move backward, then the space between movable and fixed carbon electrode increases, and carbon granules will be dispersed, which will again changes the resistance. This applied acoustic sound due to the motion of diaphragm and motion of movable electrode changes the resistance of the carbon granule, and at the cost of that, as the being already we have supplied the EMF DC supply between fixed and movable electrode, this will generate the electrical current that passes through the load resistance. This current generates the EMF or voltage which is given to the telephone link for the further communication with the help of the telephone exchange. So this is how the mic is going to work to transmit the acoustic sound signal into electrical signal. Let us proceed further to understand the mathematical aspect of the same. If the movement of diaphragm takes place sinusoidally, sinusoidal waveforms at the frequency f, then the resistance of granule at that particular instant is. Means as the frequency of acoustic sound signal varies, changing, it changes according to the sinusoidal aspect. And as its frequency changes, naturally it will exert force on the diaphragm. At that particular instant, when if the movement of diaphragm takes place sinusoidally at a frequency of, then the resistance of carbon granule at that particular instant is given as RT is equal to R0 plus or minus R sine of omega t, where RT is the total resistance on the signal condition. R0 is the resistance of the granule when no pressure is exerted on the diaphragm. Means when no any sound signal is allowed to be incident on the diaphragm, then the resistance of carbon granule is say R0. Small r is a maximum change in resistance due to sound pressure incident on it. And as the variation of the speech signal takes place in the form of sinusoidal nature, it is represented as sine of omega t, where omega is equal to 2 pi ft. F is the frequency of the sound signal now. To proceed further, with that particular total resistance, the instantaneous current in the circuit is given as I is equal to E upon R plus RT, where E is the internally supplied battery voltage as it is represented in the figure. So current flowing through the resistance is given as E upon capital R plus RT. Capital R is the load resistance connected, whereas RT is equal to R0 plus or minus R sine of omega t, as we already studied. Just by simplifying this equation, one can say, that is by taking R plus R0 common, we can say, when you take R plus R0 common, we can get E upon R plus R0 into bracket 1 plus R sine of omega t upon R plus R0. By putting E upon R plus R0 equal to I0, means replace this value by I0 and small r upon R plus R0 equal to capital K. So as to get I is equal to I0 into bracket 1 upon 1 plus K into sine of omega t, where K is equal to small r upon R plus R0 and I0 is E upon R plus R0, which can be written as, it is I0 upon 1 plus this, by taking 1 plus K into sine of omega t to the denominator, we can get now I0 into 1 plus K sine of omega t bracket raised to minus 1. As this term is existing in the denominator, we will take it in the numerator. At the cost of that, we can write it I0 into bracket 1 plus K sine of omega t bracket raised to minus 1. Expand this binomially so as to get I0 into bracket 1 minus K sine of omega t plus K square sine of omega t minus K cube sine of omega t plus K raised to 4 sine of omega t, and so on. Obviously, by neglecting all the higher order terms, as the being value of K is very less than 1, we can neglect all the higher order terms. By neglecting that, we can get it I is equal to I0 into 1 minus K into sine of omega t. What this indicates? This equation resembles with modulated equation producing the current pulses proportional to the acoustic sound input to the mic, and this signal travels through the telephone line. So this is how acoustic sound pressure is going to be converted into electrical pulses in the form of the current that passes through the telephone link via local loop up to the telephone exchange. This is the way by means of which how we can say mic is going to act as a transmitter. Friends, that's all about how mic is used to transmit the acoustic sound signal by converting it into its electrical pulses.